For those who don't know, the Roosevelt Coffeehouse is a social enterprise and a nonprofit that funds the initiatives of organizations that are fighting the injustices of hunger, unclean water, and human trafficking. And in September of 2018, we launched our own roaster company, Roosevelt Coffee Roasters, and their impact is under the same umbrella. We not necessarily chose to be a social enterprise. There's a guy named Alan Proctor who tells you you're a social enterprise, and then you realize that's what we are. But honestly, we met with Alan before we opened and kind of heard what he tried to put together and trying to communicate people into social enterprise personalities, or what that looked like, how to define that. To be honest, when we opened, we considered ourselves a social justice coffee shop, and then we found that was kind of not lingo that went over well. And we found that out actually because a place called the Columbus Underground ran an article on us, and that was the headline, and we got some negative commentary. And so we backed that off, and we were able to kind of redefine and recommunicate that we were a nonprofit social enterprise. And that kind of set the tone for who we would be and what the personality of the shop would be. And then it ended up being a kind of a centerpiece of where people met who did social enterprise in the city. Yeah, our growth has been incredibly encouraging and humbling. We had no idea what we were looking at when we opened the store, and we were a hit from day one. We got a lot of coverage for what we were trying to communicate, create, and donate to. And so we did a grand opening 3 weeks in, and drove all the profits that day, and made a donation to the Salvation Army Human Trafficking Commission that was working with some women who had just been rescued out of a massage parlor. So from day one, we were giving money away, and I felt like the community jumped right on that. And then it just continued to grow. People kind of found us and started to spread the word about us, and then we became known for specialty coffee and our mission and our staff. We really feel like the Roosevelt became a community that helps define what the city looks like, which is super communal and supportive of each other. And then right now we just expanded into a second location in the Franklinton district at the Gravity Project. That opened in May, and it's beautiful. It gave us an opportunity to design a building from scratch. When we went to Long Street, the building was already there, and we kind of retrofitted our space into that space. And then at Gravity, we had an empty box, and we were really able to capture some elements that we were just limited from the other space. We also had an opportunity last year to license our brand. So there is a Roosevelt Coffeehouse inside Olentangy River Brewing Company in Lewis Center, and we're just about to expand into a corporate coffee experience in November. Some of the impact that we've had, we really measured that in financial giving, and now we're kind of reevaluating what that looks like. So in 2018, we were really kind of able to hone in on who we gave to specifically, which we've always done, and you could see that in our annual reports that sit on every table at the shop. But we also were challenged by participating in a thing called the Social Measurement Impact Survey group, who was Better Business Bureau, Measurement Resources, and SocialVentures, that help us to better define for us how do we want to measure our impact. And we felt like the number of people that we could help was a measurable we wanted to do. So last year the giving we did was in the $30,000 to $35,000 range, but it impacted 11,725 people. So that gave us a little bit of a different view. And then we just have one thing we're still not able to measure on an annual report is, again, as I mentioned before, the Roosevelt seems to be a place where people meet to communicate and brainstorm and dream about ideas that can have impact in this city. So, we have all kinds of NGOs and nonprofits meeting in the space, creating impact in the city, and we feel like the Roosevelt's a part of that.